together. So, it's just good to know that she's healthy. That's the most important thing. Basketball is secondary. Her health is the most important thing. So it's good to have her back out here, and get us playing together again, because we've had some incredible practices being back from the break. So to have her back is great.
Hey Coach, Jackie Ray TV. I can see the love on your face when you talk about your players. You can always see it. How did that develop so quickly, and how proud are you of your locker room and how they bonded together?
Well, that's just who I am. That's just who I am, where I was raised to be. You want to show love if you want to get it. And I love these young ladies for who they are first, and then for what they bring to this basketball world, not just women's basketball, but what they bring to the basketball world. And being chosen as the head coach of this team, is it important for me to make sure that I lead them in a direction that they want to go with this game, but yet there's a plan that we have as a team. I love them.
Hey Coach, first of all, I just want to ask you, Nick Hamilton, Nightcast Media, wanted to ask you just what have you learned so far this season as a coach, and what do you feel like the players have learned, and as a team, as you guys continue to go through this journey of the season?
Well, as a coach, you always understand how important patience is. And I've learned a lot more about myself, of being extremely patient with our young ladies in growth, because that's the most important thing. You walk in with a very young team, a very new team, as well as a staff. There's patience in the growth, in watching them grow. So it's very big. And then being able every day to put them in position to be successful, being creative and innovative every day to make sure that they are successful. It's the most important thing. And then to watch them grow. That's the most important thing, is when you see the growth, and I think that's a big thing, and to see the buy-in, it's a great thing. And then everybody holding each other accountable to what we want to do as a team. It's a wonderful thing to see, wonderful thing to be a part of.
Hey Coach, you mentioned the basketball world. Having played in this league and then had an opportunity to coach in the NBA, what sort of practices do you feel like you were able to take from that side of the aisle here?
It's not just that side. Basketball is basketball, and I think that's where people tend to forget. This is still basketball, whether you're on the men's side or women's side. What you do is everything that you've ever experienced, you take and you add to what you would like to have once you finally get that seat as a head coach. So I've been through a lot of experiences, been under a lot of incredible coaches, and played under a lot of incredible coaches from a very young age. So philosophies have been built a long time ago, but all you do now is see your personnel and see how it fits with the personnel and make your wrinkles from there.
Just one more. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
No, oh my God, sorry, go ahead.
It's all right, anytime.
Hi, John W. Davis with the Southern California News Group. Good to see you. Will any of your pregame messaging either already happen or between now and pregame with Kennedy be talking about how to not necessarily make this a personal game, being that she used to play here and towards the end of her tenure probably didn't go the way she wanted?
No, she's very professional. And this is the way of the world. It's not the way of basketball, it's the way of the world. It's how you handle those situations, and how it has helped you to grow, and how you deal with things. It is what it is, but no, we're not to have that conversation. She's very professional, every one of them are. You understand what a professional life brings.
Thank you.
Lessons are learned.
Hey Coach, Rashawn Haylock
Yes, sir.
with the broadcast. Couple for you. Why was this the right opportunity for you as a head coach?
Long time coming, man. Long time coming.
I know. And then also, how have you and Kennedy been able to embrace one another, hear the trust word come out of Chicago?
Well, like you said, the first question is, it's been a long time coming. Just work, and just trusting the timing, not pushing the timing, but trusting in the timing. When it comes to relationships with all players, it's important for me to know who they are, why you do what you do, and then how do I bring your gift and your talent into what we're trying to do as a unit. So it's important. Relationships are more important than the X's and O's. So if I can have that relationship with you, and I can have the most uncomfortable conversations with you, you know it's coming from a great place. It's coming from a great place. So it gives me the opportunity to be who I am as a coach, because they know that I try to get to understand them first, have that relationship. Now there's lines in relationships because coach-player, but they know I'm pushing them to be the best version of themselves every single day because of the why. Remember why you dribble the ball. Remember why you put it in the bucket. Remember your why.
Did you have any?
No.
Sorry, I'm a mess today, clearly.
Sorry. You know I got you.
Just one more follow-up on Kennedy. Obviously not a physical injury, but when you're coming back from an illness, is there a minutes restriction associated, or how do you kind of make sure she's not?
No, that's a great question. No, you just kind of watch,
Okay.
pay attention, just make sure she's okay.
And then when it comes to your rotations, obviously first year head coach, you're figuring out your team in training camp, and as the season progresses, and then you get another surge of change and bringing in these two new players. How, as a coaching staff, do you speed up that process of like figuring out who works together, who will provide the best winning group on the court when you have such a limited time, like 5 weeks until the end of the regular
Yeah,
season?
you really don't rush it. You don't want to rush anything. You want it to kind of allow itself to work itself out. And it does. It works itself out. It works itself out really well. I said, but what the most important thing is, when you get a new group of young women in on your team, you want to kind of bring them in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And bring them in not fast, but you want to bring them in the right way so they're successful. That's the most important thing. And then they're finding their way to fit in with everybody else. And when they find that way, this is basketball. They know the way the basketball goes with the trades and adding and taking away and all that good stuff. But they get it. They know how important it is. And it's the afterwork too. It's the afterwork that comes into play. The studying of your playbook, the studying of your players and what they do best, what the roles are, and then learn how to master those roles. It's not about just understanding the role; it's mastering the role. So that's where we are, learning to master the roles, and it's fun trying to master that. It's fun.
Any more person before I go to Zoom?
Hey, Coach.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm awesome.
Brandon Scoopy Robinson, Scoopy Radio.
You already know.
You already. So you're in LA, but we got to talk New York.
Oh, well.
Liberty, you are a legend. Have you, during the regular season in the NBA, checked out the Knicks? You being in the Garden and for years and years, how nostalgic is it to see New York basketball doing well?
It's an awesome thing to see. I had a great career. I have an opportunity to play in New York, but the most important thing was to be accepted in that city. I was a little country girl. Being accepted in New York City is still overwhelming for me, to know that everything that you try to give to the game of basketball into that city, that it's truly appreciated. So it's a great thing, and for seeing our Knicks playing the way that they are, doing the things they're doing, having that gym rocking the way it should be, and the city loves it, it's huge.
Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and all those guys. What do you like about Brunson? What do you like about that team going into?
Talented, fun to watch. It's a fun brand of basketball.
Follow up. You're in Chicago. You lived in New York for years. Deep dish or thin crust?
Not answering that right now. Come on, just know that I love New York City. Everybody knows that. I love it. Heart and soul is there. But right now, I'm here in Chicago.
So thin crust, or excuse me, deep dish it is.
I hear how you talking. Pay too much.
Any one person?
Coach, I've listened to a lot of your messages, your speeches about coaching and teaching, but you talk about giving advice and obviously teaching, but what are some of the advice that you've gotten that has helped you, especially dealing with Phil Handy in that dynamic as far as just working with him and talking with him?
Direction. I always look for direction. I'm never satisfied. Never will be satisfied. I want more. When I want more, I can give more. And I go to those who I know have done an incredible job of leading and guiding and directing and motivating, cultivating our young people to be the best versions of themselves. So I go to them. Now listen, I'm a great listener. I pay attention. And when I pay attention, I make sure that every experience that I've had or what I will continue to have is what I hope is that I can continue to share. Experiences are not made to keep. They're made to share. So I go to everybody I trust and believe in. They give me that advice, and I make sure to share it as they move in the direction they want to move in to be great at what they do. Good, great, not many people on that path. So travel that path of greatness.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Zoom. Carly Bell, please unmute. Carly.
What up, Carly? What up?
Hey, Coach.
How are you?
I just got one question
Yes.
for you. When you look back at that film of that first game, especially in that first quarter. I know you said it was defense was the thing that you saw that was breaking down, but also when you just look at it holistically, and that being the first game back, you know, it was practices and you still had new people in there. What were some things that kind of stood out to you that at least showed you that you were on a right path to have a good end to the second half of the season?
Carly, I'm being totally honest, we didn't do very much well in that game. Offensively nor defensively. And we hold ourselves accountable to that. We recognize that, and we went back to correct that. So tonight will be much different for us. Our approach will be much different. So that game, you know, sometimes you got to take one and kind of push it to the side, but you learn from it, and that's one of them.
And then just kind of a follow-up on it, you know, obviously there's the X's and O's of that, but like mentally, how do you stay mentally strong when you come back from a break and that's kind of what you experience and you want to have that, you know, high level of strength moving out through the second half of the season mentally?
Oh no, this group, we're pretty tough. We recognize how important it is to remain confident. This is a very confident group of young women as well as the staff. So that doesn't play a factor at all. We went back knowing that we did not play well at all. So that doesn't bother us in any way of losing confidence. It helps us to really motivate ourselves to be better.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate you.
All right, thank you, Coach.